Today I'm back in my privet forest. Still very much a bunch of twigs in a pot, but it's developing, just very slowly. You can see here last June I was pruning it back. It lives outside all year, but it still grows pretty fast and it gets pruned quite a lot. Privet is normally used as a hedge, so it can handle a lot of pruning. It just keeps bouncing back and getting denser and denser. So I'm hoping I should end up with something pretty cool at some point. My only plan for this forest is to just let it grow out and then prune it back. I'm just going to keep doing that until I get somewhere. I started this in 2017. I just snapped off some twigs from a hedge and rooted them. I then just planted it up in this kind of forest shape. So it's already 5 years old and not much has happened so far. Maybe in another 5 years it might look a bit more impressive. But anyway, I just trimmed it back and this is what I was left with. You can see Bigfoot walking around there in the back. He's doing alright as well. He seems to be enjoying the forest. In July, a couple of shoots just went crazy, so I took them back just to balance everything out again. I then just pruned anything else that was looking too long. This little forest is very healthy. In August it needs another prune again, but I just left it. I usually see a lot of my plants really slow down when it reaches September, so I don't like to prune too close to the end of the growing season. And by September you can see it hasn't put on a lot of extra growth. It does still look very healthy though. It hasn't changed in October, but has definitely stopped growing. The only question now is it going to drop its leaves like it has in the last couple of years, or is it going to be an evergreen like it's sort of meant to be? Well, in December you can see there are some leaves changing colour. It's not very impressive. Sort of half the leaves kind of look healthy and the other half kind of change colour. But anyway, it looks like it's going to be deciduous again. In February I did the classic mistake of recording when I didn't realise, and then when I thought I was pressing record I was actually pressing stop, which means you don't get to see any pruning, but I guess you get the idea of what happened. As you can see, I took it all back pretty hard. Here's Bigfoot, but my finger's in the way. I really wasn't having a good day here with the filming. Anyway, in March there are a few buds swelling, which means it's a good time to repot. It's kind of hard to see here as there are some old leaves in the way, but the new ones are swelling. It's going to be quite tricky, this repot. I may as well start by getting Bigfoot out the way, otherwise he's probably going to fall off. I want to try and keep this as whole as possible. I don't want to separate everything out. It actually came out pretty easily. But look at those roots, that's intense. That is a whole lot of roots. This might take a while to sort out. I just tried to loosen the edges and the bottom. Basically just trying to untangle everything. It's a total mess, but it is coming apart. Since I'm not fully removing everything, I just kind of need the mass of the roots kind of mostly untangled, then I'll just cut them off. After a while I was left with this. They're so long. Basically, I'm just going to trim them all back and try and keep the main ball as it is. I'm really only going to trim the sides and the bottom. Although these roots are like really long, they're pretty fine. You'll see in a minute what I end up with. So it was actually a pretty easy repot in the end. You should get a good view here of what I'm doing. Just getting rid of all the lengthy bits. And here it is, all pruned up and ready to go back in the pot. Just ignore that. That didn't happen, okay? So yeah, here it is, ready to go back in the pot. As you can see, there's plenty of space around the sides now, and I've already put soil on the bottom of the pot. So really now I just need to backfill in the gaps and it's done. But I just lifted it up here just to check how high it was and if it needed any extra soil in the bottom. So I just quickly added some more and it was all good to go. And here I am filling in the sides. It's as easy as that. And here we are in April, where nothing has really changed. But at least now it has plenty of space to grow into. Here we are now. It's looking happy enough. And as you can see, it's starting to put some growth on. Thanks for watching. See you next time.